Hey folks, welcome to the Moxie Gaming channel. I'm thrilled to introduce you to the newest game in town, F2P Game Reset. If you're a beginner and looking for the best way to get started, look no further. In today's video, I've got you covered with the ultimate guide to F2P Game Reset, including the global F2P best tier list and reroll guide. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to keep up with my latest gaming updates. So, let's dive into the world of F2P Game Reset. Is F2P Game Reset worth playing? The answer is yes. As a veteran and classic Japanese game publisher, SEGA has released many beloved games. However, what makes this game interesting is that SEGA plays the role of a demonic presence in the game's virtual world. From infrastructure to entertainment, SEGA dominates in all areas. The player discovers that this world has been twisted by SEGA and must engage in battle with SEGA to restore the world to its true form. It seems that SEGA wants to convey through F2P Game Reset the idea of restructuring SEGA, breaking with tradition, and adapting to the gaming preferences of today's mainstream audience. Hopefully, SEGA will find answers in F2P Game Reset. F2P Game Reset gameplay involves classic SEGA games reimagined as humanoid characters. These anthropomorphizations actually take two forms, type, anode, and type, cathode. Each type has a different personality that can best be summed up as light side and dark side. So in particular, the tier list doesn't include all the characters. In my opinion, I only list characters that are worth taking time to gain and training. Well, let's talk about SS tier first. Kiki Kai Anode. Attribute is green, class is healer. A defense-focused healer who can provide a barrier to all allies and continuously heal their HP for 10 seconds. She is capable of specializations in defense as she can provide barriers to the character with the lowest HP percentage. She can protect tanks thoroughly. She is capable of granting barriers to allies and healing their HP for 10 seconds continuously. Additionally, Anode possesses a piercing attack and a skill beta that allows her to recover her own BP. By recovering BP, Anode can increase the chance of activating her BS and grant barriers to allies more frequently. Hang on Cathode. Attribute is blue, class is tank. She can heal the entire party's HP with its BS and skills. When the skill is activated, it also has the effect of reducing the damage taken by oneself, so it can fulfill the role of a tank while assisting the entire party. She can perform a small range attack and recover BP when activated. By being able to recover BP, you can speed up the rotation of your BS activation and support your entire party. Generally speaking, the SS tier characters that are desirable for rerolling are those who can reduce the damage taken by allies at any time and can also provide healing. These characters cannot be substituted with those of 2 stars or lower, so they are the top priority to obtain. Next, let's talk about S tier, Fighting Viper's Cathode. Attribute is darkness, class is supporter. Can increases the damage received by enemies. Since it can increase the damage received by enemies over a wide range, it can contribute to raising the firepower of the entire party. She can increase the damage and critical hit rate of the ally with the highest attack power using their skill. It's recommended to have at least one main attacker with high firepower in the party to maximize the effect of the buff. Xevious Cathode. Attribute is red. Class is tank. Xevious Cathode is a tank character with skills and BS that can reduce damage taken by allies. These skills and BS also have regeneration effects, allowing Xevious to fight while healing themselves. Xevious Cathode can apply a barrier to themselves. By activating their BS or skills, they can grant a barrier, allowing them to better fulfill the role of a tank and making it difficult for enemies to break through. Afterburner Cathode. Attribute is blue, class is attacker. Can inflict stun with its area of effect attacks. With both its BS and skill alpha having an area of effect that inflicts stun, it excels in quests where groups of enemies are clustered together. The character Afterburner, Cathode, has many effects that increase their own skill power. Equipping a figure that increases skill cooldown speed will further increase their rotation rate, making it a powerful strategy. Crazy Taxi Cathode. Attribute is red, class is supporter. She can increase the damage and critical rate of all allies. Moreover, it can increase the damage dealt by the ally with the highest attack power, which greatly improves the overall firepower. As it can increase the critical rate, it has good compatibility with Outrun, Cathode, that specializes in critical hits. By forming a team together, You can increase the chance of outruns critical hits. Crazy Taxi Cathode can deal damage in a small area and has a skill that lowers the damage dealt by enemies. This debuff reduces the enemy's firepower, making it useful not only for attacking, but also for defense. Golden Axe Anode. Attribute is yellow, class is attacker. She can deal high damage in a small area. With their skills, they can also perform small area attacks, making them particularly effective in quests where multiple enemies appear. Golden Axe Anode is a character that has a skill beta that recovers their own BP. By recovering BP, they can increase the rotation rate of their powerful high-damage BS. Generally speaking, S-tier reroll characters are selected based on tanks that can reduce damage to allies while being difficult to defeat, supporters with high firepower support performance, and attackers with high-range attack performance. Support characters cannot be fully substituted with 2-star characters, and range attackers are highly rated for their high firepower against multi-target bosses and excellent extermination ability. And then, A-tier, Pango Cathode. Attribute is blue, class is supporter. She can increase the rotation rate of BS by possessing passive skills and BS that can increase the time recovery amount of BP for all allies. In particular, Pango can also increase the time recovery amount of BP through skills for the ally with the highest attack power, so it's recommended to use Pango to increase the rotation rate of BS for powerful attackers. She can deal damage to enemies in a small area and inflict a debuff that increases the damage they receive. This makes them incredibly useful in terms of firepower, especially when combined with their ability to increase the rotation rate of their BS. The House of the Dead Cathode. Attribute is green, class is attacker. She is an attacker with piercing attack skills. Additionally, its firepower increases when the enemy is in a poison state, so it is recommended to team up with Dynamite Cop Anode, who can inflict poison and maintain the enemy's poison state during the battle. And also she can inflict poison on enemies. Poison inflicts damage every second, so although the damage per hit is small, it is a valuable source of damage. Poison also helps boost the damage of your skills and BS, so once you acquire this character, equip the parts and unlock the skills as soon as possible. Outrun Cathode. Attribute I read, role is attacker. An attacker specialized in penetration, with BS and skills that have penetration effects. It is effective in quests where enemies appear vertically aligned or bosses with weak points aligned vertically. She is good at landing critical hits, thanks to its BS and skills that increase its own critical rate. While it depends on luck, consecutive critical hits can deal massive damage. Make sure to equip star sets of accessories that can increase critical rate. Virtua Racing Cathode. Attribute is blue, class is attacker. She is a character with a BS or skill that increases damage taken in addition to its attacks. It is recommended to use a team of multiple attackers to overwhelm enemies with firepower. However, since its attacks are single target, always target the boss and be careful not to waste its powerful BS on weaker enemies. She has buffs that increase the power of their own skills. They have BS, skills, and passive skills that increase the damage dealt by their skills. To maximize the effectiveness of their skills, it is recommended to include Pango Cathode in the formation to increase the rotation rate of their BS. Generally speaking, A-tier characters are selected based on piercing attackers, single-target attackers, and supporters with skill damage boost BS. Supporters with skill damage boost BS are slightly less valued due to the fact that those with damage boost tend to be stronger. Piercing and single-target attackers are strong in specific areas but lack versatility, so they are slightly lower in rank compared to area attackers, resulting in an A-rank evaluation. Finally, let's talk about B-tier, Fantasy Zone Anode. Attribute is blue, class is tank. She is a tank character with a BS that provides continuous HP recovery and damage reduction. Thanks to the high recovery rate and damage mitigation buff, this character can continue fighting without breaking down easily. It is recommended to place Fantasy Zone Anode in the front line for battle. As a tank, Fantasy Zone Anode excels at fighting at the forefront and may not be able to fully utilize their abilities if placed in the second or third positions. When forming a team with Fantasy Zone Anode, adjust their position to ensure they are in the front line. And then, let's talk about Reroll Guide. You could reroll again if you have get the character you wanna. Follow my perform, launch 404 game reset on your device and log in as guest. After that, Complete the tutorial part, then if you can explore this game yourself without a guide, you need to go to the mail first, which is on the top right. And you will be given the option to do gacha, where you can claim all the rewards given, such as 30-time gacha. Ideal gacha is Hang On Cathode, Fighting Vipers Cathode and Golden Axe Anode. Compromise gacha is Kiki Kai Kai Anode, Crazy Taxi Cathode, Outrun Cathode. If you manage to get the character you want, you can bind an account. If you are unsatisfied with the gacha, tap Settings, delete your game data and re-roll again. From the second time, you can skip the tutorial. For gacha rate, 3-star characters rate is 2%, 2-star characters rate is 19%, 1-star characters rate is 79%. Get easy-to-use skills and easy-to-use characters so that you can progress even in the early stages of the game. Of course, the characters I mentioned above are solely based on my personal opinions. Although I highly recommend choosing the SS tier characters, I also encourage you to use the ones that suit your playstyle. This allows you to try out new strategies and become proficient with each character in 404 Game Reset. Best of luck in all your battles, and I'll include the timestamps in the video description. Please remember to follow, like, and share my channel. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.